There's a stretch of water just 30 miles wide, wedged between Iran and Oman, that quietly decides how much you pay for gas. Right now, it's the center of one of the most dangerous standoffs on Earth, and most people have never even heard its name. It's called the Strait of Hormuz. And in the past few months, it's gone from a shipping lane to a flashpoint that's shaken oil markets worldwide. Here's why this narrow waterway matters more than almost anywhere else on the planet. Roughly 1/5 of the entire world's oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz every single day. Before tensions escalated, well over 100 tankers crossed it daily. Most of that oil heads to Asia, China, India, South Korea, Japan. But when this choke point gets disrupted, the price shock hits everyone, everywhere, almost instantly. Since early this year, an escalating conflict between the United States and Iran has repeatedly put this exact waterway in the crosshairs. Tankers have been attacked. The U.S. has carried out strikes on Iranian targets. Iran has threatened to close the strait entirely. At one point, the U.S. moved to enforce its own blockade, charging a fee on cargo moving through. Each flare-up sends the same signal to markets. The safest oil route on Earth suddenly isn't safe at all, and markets have reacted exactly how you'd expect. Brent crude, the global oil benchmark, has swung wildly through this conflict, spiking over 30% in a single session at one point and climbing well past $100 a barrel during the worst flare-ups. That's not an abstract number. Every spike like that shows up at the gas pump within days. In the U.S., average gas prices climbed toward $4 a gallon during the peak of the crisis, and prices like that tend to stay sticky even after tensions cool. Here's the part that matters to you, wherever you're watching from. Oil isn't just what goes in your car, it's in the plastic on your desk, the fertilizer that grows your food, the jet fuel powering flights, the shipping cost baked into everything you buy online. When a choke point like Hormuz gets squeezed, it doesn't stay a regional story. It becomes an inflation story, a grocery bill story, a story about why everything suddenly costs more for the entire world. Analysts are watching this closely, and the range of outcomes is genuinely wide. Some expect prices to ease if a new ceasefire holds. Others warn that if the conflict drags on, oil could climb dramatically higher. What's certain is this: as long as this 30-mile stretch of water stays contested, global markets will keep reacting to every headline that comes out of it. And that's exactly the kind of connection this channel exists to make clear: how a conflict on the other side of the world ends up in your own wallet.